we brought Miss Mexico to see Prabhupada. You know, in those days we were young and we thought any celebrity, let's bring them to Prabhupada. So we brought Miss Mexico, and she came in. She was nice, fluttering her eyelashes. And obviously she, as all these, Miss America, Miss Mexico, they spend their year just going around and doing events and, getting their picture taken and smiling, saying a few nice words here and there. So she was more or less in that mood. She came with a few gentlemen. So as she sat in front of Prabhupada, she made her customary spiel. She said it was very nice being in Mexico. In Spanish, I was translating. She said, I'm very glad to be here. I've enjoyed the program very much, and I hope to come again sometime. So Prabhupada said to her, why do you want to come again? In other words, he was not at all concerned with the glamour of it all. He was very sober, and he said, why do you want to come again? And she couldn't really answer. No one ever asked questions like that to Miss Mexico. And he asked her very seriously, why do you want to come? Then we had Prabhupada's books on a shelf. He said, have you read my books? She said, no. He said, then why do you want to come? Why do you say you want to come again? So she was caught without an answer, and at that point she stopped being Miss Mexico and just started being a soul.
So there was one time, it was on the disappearance day, of Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati. We were in Bombay, and this lady came for darshan in the afternoon. So she was a follower of another guru, and this man was a well-known Mayavadi. So during the course of the conversation, there was some discussion on the philosophy of the Bhagavad Gita, and of course this woman was espousing her guru's ideas of what the Bhagavad Gita actually meant. And especially there was one interpretation of Krishna, what Krishna meant. So of course in Sanskrit the word Krishna means dark. So this man had written in his commentary that Krishna means dark, dark means unknown, so the absolute is the unknowable, supreme, unmanifest, like this. It was a Mayavadi interpretation. So Prabhupada very quickly fired back that he said, well, if dark means unknown, if Krishna is unknown, then if he does not know Krishna, then why is he commenting on the Bhagavad Gita, which is Krishna's words? And he said that actually to the devotee, Krishna says, to the devotee, I am known. So he said, therefore this man, because he's not a devotee, he cannot know Krishna, and only the devotees can actually comment on the Bhagavad Gita. So Prabhupada was very expert. He could pick out the flaw in anybody's argument immediately. And of course in India you always got a lot of this kind of, different kinds of interpretations and, false ideas and misconstruing, the words of the Bhagavad Gita. But Prabhupada was very expert on keeping a person focused that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead.
When Prabhupada came to Gainesville in 1971, at the end of July, a wonderful visit. He was being interviewed. He arrived, he sat on the vyasam we'd made for him, and he gave a beautiful lecture. Then he was taking questions. There was one girl there, I guess that was 1971, but at that time she was a young girl. And in a somewhat challenging tone, she said to Prabhupada, I see that you have mostly young people here. Why is that? So Prabhupada immediately shot back, why do you have mostly young people in your university? And she was so much caught off guard. I remember she actually dropped her pencil. And she sort of, groped for an answer, stuttering, and said, well, that's the age of education. He said, yes, therefore that is the age of Krishna consciousness. Another such exchange like that, where a few days before I took sannyas, Prabhupada was being interviewed by a reporter in his quarters in L.A., and he knew something about Hinduism. He said, well, isn't it in India that old people take sannyas? Why are you giving sannyas to young people? So Prabhupada shot back, what does it mean to be old? man had no answer. Prabhupada said, old means about to die. Can you say that I'm older than you? Can you say that you're not going to die before me? Can you say? And he couldn't answer that. He said, therefore we are giving them sannyas.